That insane-looking car has already demonstrated its desirability through 2 years of pre-orders. Therefore, there will be a boom. What makes me want one? They're crazy, in my opinion, and driving a tank would be a lot of fun because that's what it is. But this is a tank where you don't have to feel bad about it. Despite being an EV, it has a large interior. Despite having a pretty hideous appearance, this car is incredibly interesting. Ugly is intriguing, and to tell the truth, I own stock in companies that provide the truck's technology, and we all know there is a big market for it. Regarding the Tesla Cybertruck, it is what Kevin O'Leary, chairman of O'Shares Investments, says. The much-anticipated unveiling of the Tesla Cybertruck has elicited opinions from a wide range of specialists, analysts, and fans. O'Leary also shared his thoughts on the matter. Even though he thought it was ugly, he can't dispute that investors' portfolios will eventually become, well, pretty. It will be a boom as a result, as the bizarre-looking car has already demonstrated its popularity through 2 years of pre-orders. O'Leary stated on Yahoo Finance Live before to its widespread manufacturing. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, stated that during the first week of sales, more over 25,000 orders were placed. According to media reports, the model has more than 1.5 million bookings overall. According to O'Leary, the quantity of orders received could result in increased profit for the carmaker. The one aspect of the Elon Musk article that I found particularly interesting is the possibility of extremely large profit margins for this truck. Though it's no secret that Kevin O'Leary thinks highly of Tesla and its CEO Elon Musk, he predicted last year that Musk's $44 billion offer to acquire Twitter will go through even before the sale was finalized, and that it will end up going in Musk's favor. I mean, this is going to be because they've had so much efficiency in manufacturing costs since they announced the truck. They're probably picking up, 10 to 12% more margin on that thing, O'Leary said. After watching for a very long time, I believe that this man is a Teflon man, as O'Leary put it, and he is clearly multitasking. I'm betting on him in this deal, and when it's all said and done, I believe he will come out on top. Although O'Leary stated that he believed Musk was overpaying by 40% in the transaction, he also mentioned that the inflated amount might end up being worthwhile. As the owner of Twitter, Musk has the potential to financially assist other firms such as SpaceX and Tesla by leveraging his fame and influence on the network. The only automaker in the planet not spending any money on advertising is Tesla. Few people get to operate their own unregulated network, according to O'Leary, who said he promoted it on the strength of Twitter and other social media sites. He did, however, criticize Musk a few months prior about the latter's contentious claim that it is unethical to work from home. O'Leary, who is in charge of 54 firms and commands a massive economic empire, has stated that he is in favor of remote labor and opposes the idea that it is immoral. Musk launched a harsh attack on remote workers at the time. He questioned the morality of it, saying that although some people are fortunate enough to work from home, others, such as factory workers and delivery drivers, do not enjoy the same benefits. O'Leary refuted Musk's argument in a CNBC interview that working remotely is immoral. When questioned whether working from home is unethical, he said flatly in the negative. O'Leary's position on this issue is in line with the wishes of a sizable segment of the American labor force. According to a recent McKinsey & Co. poll, 87% of American workers would choose flexible work schedules if given the chance. Conversing with CNN, O'Leary recognized the particular conditions of Musk's companies, including SpaceX and Tesla, which strongly depend on engineering teamwork. He highlighted that this shouldn't overshadow remote work's success and usefulness in other economic sectors. With his broad company portfolio covering multiple states and sectors, O'Leary contended that the pandemic has shown the efficacy of remote project management. Many businesses have already adopted hybrid working styles. 40% of O'Leary's enterprises have made the permanent switch to remote work. He emphasized the monetary advantages, pointing out that these companies are expected to produce a 20% rise in free cash flow after the pandemic. This, according to O'Leary, is proof that working remotely can be both economical and productive, especially when it comes to cutting down on real estate costs. Across our venture portfolio, 44% of our employed staff work remotely and don't visit the office during business hours. In a March CNN interview, O'Leary stated that he remained positive about Tesla and its stock despite this difference in conviction. In fact, he had been a supporter of the company even before its price reached its all-time high in 2020. When O'Leary first invested in Tesla in 2019, his son Trevor, who was then an intern at the company, persuaded him that it was actually a data technology company rather than an automobile company. He believes that companies with pricing power, strong business models, and low levels of debt on their balance sheets perform exceptionally well because they can pass on their costs to investors and customers who purchase their goods and services. For this reason, he personally prefers to own those companies rather than bonds issued by the same company, explaining that when I have a long-term bond and inflation is 6%, I'm paying 3.2%, which is roughly the current average of corporate paper nevertheless. The well-known investor claimed that the ideal time to invest is when everyone else is selling their stuff. For this reason, he bought Tesla stock as early as 2019. Tech has been reduced in half, yet company growth rates have not decreased in the slightest. According to O'Leary, there is no proof that the growth rates of mega-cap internet behemoths have decreased. I consider growth. My focus is on free cash flow. Checking the balance sheet, I do. I can't stand to hear others chat. I examine the cash flow. That is what counts. O'Leary is presumably confident in his investments because of this. Speaking to a question about what puts Tesla in a better position to profit from current trends, O'Leary stated that every quarter the market speculates that competition will reduce margins, take market share, or slow growth, but that hasn't happened in his opinion. As far as drivetrains, engine chipsets, and batteries are concerned, no firm has moved to the effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity that Tesla has. Since Tesla was the pioneer, there is a motor surrounding it, but by innovation, they have kept their market dominance. According to O'Leary, there are a million reasons why people have chastised this man. But ultimately, what do people want when you ask them if they want to buy an electric vehicle? GM hasn't offered anything that everyone wants, therefore they want a Tesla. Porsche has not yet taken any action. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm not saying they won't. The head of O'Leary Ventures went on to say that although these venerable automakers are adjusting and catching up to Tesla as quickly as they can, Tesla has increased its market share and lowered its prices. They're bringing the truck and acting more hostile. Leary, though it's a volatile stock, I don't see a poor story here, and the stock reflects that. However, if he's right and there are headwinds in a global economy, then it's the same environment facing all companies, EV or not. O'Leary also highlighted one distinction between Tesla and other illustrious automakers. Their unique selling point is their complete focus on electric vehicles, EVs. They don't work with any form of legacy engines, which makes for far more productive and efficient use for your business. Despite his distaste for the way the Tesla Cybertruck seems, he is optimistic about its potential benefits and, somewhat unexpectedly, he wants one himself. I desire one. I think they're crazy, he continued, and I think driving a tank would be a lot of fun. It appears pretty unattractive. According to Tasha Keeney, Director of Institutional Strategies and Financial Analysis at ARK Invest, this is the most misunderstood vehicle release that Tesla has ever done. As Keeney told Yahoo Finance Live, this is really a genius design. It's much more cost-effective. It's unlike any other car that we've ever seen out there, and from an aesthetic standpoint. However, because they're not using paint and are using just one piece of material, it will be much easier to produce for them and will be much more cost-effective because we all know that the paint shop can be a bit of a choke point for throughput in an automotive factory. Addition by Keeney. Don't forget to subscribe for more.